Hello, welcome to Cinemondo with Kathy and Melanie from Daisy Reviews. I brought Melanie in for Hollywood.
Hollywood!
She's like, I'm not ready for Hollywood. I was like, I know, it's a whole different ballgame. But, you know, the Mission Impossible trailer just dropped. I'm like, we got to take a look at that. And I didn't want to look at it alone. I wanted to watch it with you.
Well, let's just say Tom Cruise is a little bit crazy, but the man does his own stunts frequently, insane things, how he ups his game in every movie. I don't know. Yeah. And like, who did they pick to like do this huge stunt to end the Olympics? Because then the next one is in LA. They picked Tom Cruise. Like, you know,
there's really literally no one else to do it. So he has to do it.
I mean, Liam Neeson is getting a little creaky.
Like, we all saw that fence jumping scene that someone said was edited. Like, I think there's 50 cuts in it. He has to run up to a fence and jump over it. You know, it just happens. You get older. Tom Cruise does not, but everyone else does. So we'll see what happens. He always has one big, insane stunt in his movies that,
you know, like hanging off an airplane for real, or
hanging on top of that tall building in Dubai with no restraints,
or rock climbing with no
the building.
What are those called? Belaying, whatever, you know, all of those ropes and everything. Like, he's just like, I'm just gonna freeform it, you know,
just gonna do it. Like he's the real deal. He's the real deal. It's insane. And then he's also just happens to be rescuing people left and right all the time. You always hear about like Tom Cruise rescued some people who fell overboard. Like he has all these weird, I don't know. There's something about that guy. So he is the real deal. He flew the planes in Top Gun Maverick. Like he made the cast fly them. Apparently was not very fun. Very, very terrifying. But I love that about him. He's kind of our Hollywood Jackie Chan. Remember Jackie Chan used to do all his own stunts and they were crazy.
I think Jackie Chan is one up on Tom Cruise, but
well, he has to do like
I think
parkour.
He's probably a nicer person, but
I know. It's like, you know,
you have to give it to Tom Cruise because he is a man of a certain age, which I am also of a certain age, and so you have to give it to him that he has had such a solid career for such a long time. Yes. Okay, pretty damn consistent all the way back, like, because I am ancient, you know. Okay, but literally I remember some of his very first movies because they came out when I was in high school. You know, Risky Business. Right. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. Hiding across the floor in his underwear and the shirt and whatever. Okay, so he still holds up. Yeah. So I mean, he started doing, you know, those kind of movies and a lot of those kind of teen movies, and then established this action career and has never stopped.
Nope.
And has never stopped.
And he's taken a few chances. Like he's done some, you know, solid dramas.
Oh my God. Okay,
you know,
listen, Magnolia. Like, are you
so fun?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Or
so different.
Or Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Where
he wore the fat suit and did the dance and played, you know, this movie mogul and was insane. Like he stole the entire movie.
He did.
From Robert Downey Jr. He stole the movie. Like
almost impossible to do, but he did it. And he's almost unrecognizable. I didn't even know.
So yeah, he has taken some chances. He has done some, like Born on the 4th of July, just done dramatic roles, whatever. But right now he's in a sweet spot of action and spy movies.
And we love him for it.
All right. I forgot to open the video source, so let me do that. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. Hold on.
Wasn't ready for Hollywood.
I wasn't ready. Neither was I. I need a hairdresser. Get by without redoing my hair.
Sorry, you're gonna have to edit
really,
this.
But we're gonna do it anyway.
All right, All right, I'm sure I mute that one. Okay, I'm in the video source room now. Sorry.
That's okay. That's what editing. I was kind of messing with my hair anyway. I was like, okay, well, I'll cut that anyway. Okay. All right. So very excited to see this trailer. Let's see if there's a hint that it's the last one. I'm not sure how you'd know that unless, you know, he falls off building, looks like he's going to die, but he never does. So let's see what happens. All right.
Maybe somebody says it's time for you to retire, bud. I don't know.
Good luck telling that to Tom Cruise. Who's going to tell him that? And also the studios would be, please don't retire. All right, here we go. I know, exactly.
lives are not defined by any one action. Our lives are the sum of our choices.
Everything you were, everything you've done,
look, first one
has come to this. When the need for certainty is absolute, and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him. Should he choose to accept? For every life you tried to save,
Angela Bassett. Oh,
yeah. Oh.
And now the fate of every living soul on earth is your responsibility.
Here.
That's the pattern, isn't it? You refuse to sacrifice the ones you hold close.
He's always running. Always running.
Yep. Ooh, shirtless. All right. There it is.
You've always been on the right side, brother. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Final Reckoning in the title there. Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning. But then they'll do another trailer not set with Reckoning in the title, and it'll be the first of a bunch of movies he'll do. For Mission Impossible.
Wow.
Well, okay.
What a body of work. Like, because this was showing us scenes from all the previous films, and it is an incredible body of work.
It really is.
You know, like before, okay, so some of these viewers may not realize Mission Impossible was a TV show in the 60s. Yeah. I am not quite that ancient. Okay, not quite that I remember. But obviously, they still use the music theme that was from the TV show, which is iconic.
Well, great theme.
You know, absolutely great. So, but when it was revised for modern day, you know, it's always been Tom Cruise's thing. Like, you know, and he just, it's incredible. All the people who have acted opposite, if you think about who's been in the movies, who's been villains, the different exceptional actors that have been in it. And they showed several of the incredible stunts that he has done himself. Like nobody. Okay, can you imagine Kathy, the insurance agent for him on these films? Like, and what are you going to do this time? Like,
I think half of what they pay him probably goes to insurance. I can't imagine he can even get insured. There's so much safety involved in that. And there's probably almost, I think for that, they did that great behind the scenes of how he did that motorcycle jumping off the cliff, which just seemed insane. And even when I saw it in theater, I was like, that's just, I mean, just seeing it in a movie was just like, oh, so much preparation, so much practice. It still doesn't mean something can't go wrong though. So yeah, even though he does these stunts, you know, they rehearse and do everything just to the nth degree. The problem is Tom Cruise always wants to do it over and over again. And they're always just like, it's like, no.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I'm only imagining. And also having to top yourself. Yeah. Every single film, like, okay, we did this. Yep. Okay, I hung off a really big plane. Now let's hang off a little plane. Like a little
plane on cliffs, zooming in and out. I know it's going to be insane, and I guarantee those planes will be in the poster. He always likes to have the stunt in his posters. I worked on the last poster. I got a shirt. So the big thing was he had to be jumping off the cliff in varying degrees of crop, closer and further, and he only wanted one particular pose, because that's what he thought looked the most professional. And there were a bunch of great ones. I mean, the guy, even falling through the air, he knows exactly how to hit the pose. So I was like, how do we pick one? So that was amazing. But you're right. It's like every time he does a stunt, there's someone having a heart attack somewhere. But even like when you see that classic pose where he falls to the floor when he's breaking into that one area and he's on the wires. And
he's like so 3 inches from the floor.
Oh my God, so iconic. And that was
been copied. It's been copied by so many other films or TV shows or whatever, but he was the one. He was the one that started it all.
Insane. So he is 62 years old, and he is still the guy that runs the best in any movie I've ever seen. He's got the run. Right. He's just got chest forward, running so fast, and he's so intense.
And they had a lot of that in this trailer because you're right. He doesn't look goofy doing it. He looks like
has to run.
He has the intensity when he's doing it.
So
he doesn't look like, oh my God, I can't catch my breath. He's just like, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna catch that plane or whatever the hell it is. Like he's just
I know. So he has a lot of co-stars. We saw a glimpse of them. We saw Ving Rhames. We saw Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg. We saw
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Like he's always, and they even insinuated, your problem is you always want to save your people, and that's sort of like I guess the mark of a good and bad agent is you're loyal, but you know when to let go. Well, he doesn't do that, and he always gets himself in trouble, but he always finishes the mission. I mean, you really can't complain. So I love that. So it does sound like it's the last, but I would be amazed if it was really the last. It might be the last with this crew. It might be the last of a certain type or a villain. Might be, I don't know, but I just can't imagine them going away.
He seems to be the kind of the person, obviously, since he's doing these stunts himself, who thrives on the adrenaline rush. So how is he going to give it up? Right? Like, I don't know if he's had knee surgery or whatever. Maybe he just can't do the running anymore. I don't know.
He looks like he's running pretty good.
I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, and he's also obviously producer on these films too. I mean, he shapes them to be what he wants them to be. It's a collaborative process with the director and the screenwriters and whatever. But he's got a lot of input in what he wants it to be.
Step, of course, is the poster. So we have like kind of a teaser poster. So it looks like this. All right. So the thing about Tom, I love this black and white. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Love that. The thing about Tom Cruise is he does not want to do photo shoots for these movies. He wants you to use unit photography. So even though he's looking at camera, this was probably done on set during some intense moment. They might have done some, moving the eyes around or something. I didn't work on this one, so I'm not sure, but it's like and I kind of like that about it, that he wants to be in the moment, in the emotion, in the movie. He doesn't want to have to do a stage shoot anymore. He doesn't do those anymore. So all of these,
I mean, look, he's got the schmutz on his cheek and whatever, like from whatever has just happened. Yeah. He's all scruffed up. He's got either dirt or blood on his nose. Yeah, and I like the sort of little Superman curl there on his head. And he, that's sort of like, to me, shows like the scars of the previous movies. Like he's still carrying all of that with him. So I think that's a very elegant poster for a teaser, because this is all about Tom Cruise. We don't have a bunch of action shots. He doesn't have a cool suit on. It's just him, pure Tom Cruise. And so that's a great little teaser poster, I think, to go with this. Very, very nicely done. So there's that. So let us know in the comments what you think about this new movie. Are you excited? Do you think it will be the last one? What do you think of Tom Cruise? Is this going to be, what do you think he'd do next after this if he didn't have it? I'm assuming another Top Gun movie. I mean, he's created franchises. Oh, there's got to be another Top Gun
there
movie.
Has to be.
The second one was so successful. What exactly it would be, I don't know. But I mean, he and the producers of the Top Gun franchise, similarly to Mission Impossible, like they have an in with the military to use the real things.
Yes.
Right? Like they don't have to just create stuff. They can use those planes, whatever. Yeah. They've got this close relationship. So And what is it? Basically, Top Gun was a 2+ hour Air Force commercial. It's a recruitment commercial. Do you want to be cool like Tom Cruise?
I think Tom Cruise, he's done more for the military.
Then you're gonna, right? You're gonna fly these planes.
Who doesn't want to fly planes after seeing Tom Cruise do it?
Or even be the guy on the aircraft character going.
Yeah, he's like the land now. I know he has created an industry. And he's propped up the military, and he has saved the box office. I mean, Tom Cruise is such a finite, beautiful resource for Hollywood. They'll never get tired of this guy. He's going to be going for as long as he can survive these stunts.
I mean, it's sort of similar. We've talked about it in Indian cinema, how there's still the cons. They're still making big action movies, and there's no one else coming up who has that level of star power. Right. It's a must-buy ticket for several generations, right?
That's right.
And all ages. And certainly Tom Cruise appeals to young people come and see his movies because they know he's this action brand. And I mean, even if they weren't born when the first Top Gun came out, they were going to be there for the second one. And there is no one else who replaces him in the action genre. There's no one else that I can think of who is that kind of a brand where you're like, oh, he's starring in an action movie. Yeah, we definitely need to go see that. And we need to see it in the theater. We can't wait and watch it on our TV at home. We have to be there with the whole surround sound and the whole thing because we have to have that experience. There isn't anybody.
There isn't. And I know that the box office for the last Mission Impossible was a little disappointing because the studio expected to be as big as Barbie and Oppenheimer, and it was not. They all came out around the same time. So I know he's got an axe to grind right now, and he wants this movie to be huge. So he's going to do whatever it takes to make this movie huge, and I bet he will. So it's like, it's also timing. You know, I think if you're bringing out this movie now, we could use it now more than ever. Like just a big, huge escapism. And if they're positing it as the last one, everyone's want to go see it. So I think it's really smart marketing. So very excited to see this movie. So let us know what you guys think. Be sure to subscribe to Per Daisy Reviews. Be sure to subscribe here. Hit the little bell. Make sure you don't miss anything. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.